Jupiter. We grew up calling it the gentle giant, the great protector, a benevolent god standing between us and the chaos of the outer solar system. We were taught comfort. We were taught a lie. Jupiter is not a guardian. It is the most violent object within 1 billion kilometers of your home. A liquid metal colossus wrapped in the camouflage of swirling gold. It does not orbit the sun. It wrestles with it. Its gravity is so obscene that it has devoured more worlds than any force in this solar system. And the thing that terrifies scientists the most, we still don't know what's at its center. Welcome to the executioner of worlds. Let's begin with what Jupiter does to anything that comes too close. In 1992, a comet named Shoemaker-Levy 9 drifted into Jupiter's gravitational reach. It never had a chance. Jupiter's tidal forces grabbed the comet and ripped it apart. Not quickly, not mercifully, but slowly, deliberately, stretching it into 21 separate fragments, lined up like pearls on a string of death. For 2 years, Jupiter paraded these broken pieces around itself like trophies, and then, in July 1994, it ate them, one by one. Each fragment slammed into Jupiter's atmosphere at 60 kilometers per second. The first impact alone released energy equivalent to 600 times the world's entire nuclear arsenal. The scars it left were larger than the Earth itself, dark, bruised wounds that took months to fade. The Hubble Space Telescope almost missed this event. It had been pointed elsewhere, but NASA's Galileo probe, by sheer coincidence, had arrived at Jupiter just in time to witness the execution from the front row. This was not a collision. This was a public demonstration. And Shoemaker-Levy 9 was not the first. Jupiter has been doing this for 4.6 billion years. Its gravity acts as a cosmic vacuum cleaner, sweeping up asteroids, comets, and the shattered remains of worlds that never got the chance to form. Every year, something falls into Jupiter and is never seen again. We call this protection. We should call it what it is, an appetite. Now, let's do something no human should ever attempt. Let's go inside. From space, Jupiter looks like a painting, golden bands, white swirls, an artist's fever dream. But the moment you touch the cloud tops, the beauty ends. The first layer is ammonia ice crystals, white, cold, deceptively peaceful. But drop 50 kilometers deeper and the ammonia gives way to ammonium hydrosulfide. The air turns brown. The smell would be unbearable if the crushing pressure hadn't already killed you. Deeper still, water clouds form, some reaching heights 10 times taller than Mount Everest. And carved into this chaos is the Great Red Spot. This is not a storm. This is a wound. The Great Red Spot is a hurricane 3 times the size of Earth. It has been raging for at least 400 years, older than any nation on our planet. Wind speeds inside reach 680 kilometers per hour. The clouds spiral downward into the planet's interior for over 500 kilometers. It is a mouth that never closes, breathing in everything around it, and we named it a spot. We gave the most violent weather system in the known universe the most harmless name we could think of. That is how we cope with things that terrify us. We shrink them with language, but language cannot shrink what happens below the clouds. As you descend past 1,000 kilometers, the atmosphere becomes so thick you cannot tell where gas ends and liquid begins. There is no surface, no ground, just an endless ocean of hydrogen, compressed by gravity into a liquid denser than anything on Earth. This ocean is 20,000 kilometers deep, 2,000 times deeper than our deepest trench. No light reaches here. No sound travels normally. You are not swimming. You are being swallowed. And then it gets truly alien. At a depth of roughly 20,000 kilometers, under millions of times the atmospheric pressure of Earth, at temperatures exceeding 10,000 degrees Celsius, hydrogen stops behaving like any substance you have ever known. The atoms are crushed so violently that their electrons are ripped free. Hydrogen becomes metallic, not solid, but liquid metal. Imagine Mercury, but superheated and infinite. An ocean of liquid metal larger than any planet in our solar system. This is the engine of Jupiter's power. This metallic hydrogen ocean is in constant motion, churning like the molten core of a star, and as it moves, it generates the most powerful magnetic field of any planet, 20,000 times stronger than Earth's. This field extends so far into space, it would be visible to the naked eye if we could see magnetic lines. It reaches past the orbit of Saturn. Anything that enters this field is bombarded with radiation. Jupiter's radiation belts would deliver a lethal dose to a human in under an hour. The electronics on every spacecraft we have sent have been damaged. Juno, our latest emissary, was wrapped in a titanium volcan even that is slowly being cooked alive. And at the very bottom of everything, the core. We thought it would be simple, a ball of iron and rock, like Earth's core but bigger. We were wrong. Jupiter's core is not solid. It is not liquid. It is something in between a fuzzy, chaotic soup of dissolved rock, metal, and ultra-compressed hydrogen, all mixed together with no clear boundary. The layers blend into each other like ink dropped into water. We ran computer simulations to explain this. Every single one failed. The models showed the fuzzy core should settle back into a solid ball, but Jupiter's refuses. Something happened here that we cannot explain. Something ancient. Something violent. One theory suggests a planet 10 times the mass of Earth slammed into Jupiter billions of years ago, shattering its core into this permanent state of chaos. If that is true, then buried inside Jupiter right now is the corpse of a murdered world, dissolved, digested, but never fully absorbed. Jupiter was almost a star. It has the same ingredients, hydrogen, helium, the same raw materials that fuel the sun, but it was not massive enough to ignite. If Jupiter had been just 80 times heavier, nuclear fusion would have started in its core, and we would live in a binary star system. Two suns, a completely different Earth, a completely different us. Instead, Jupiter sits in the dark, a failed god with the appetite of a star and the patience of eternity. We call it the Great Protector because its gravity deflects asteroids that might otherwise hit Earth. And that is true. But what we forget is that the same gravity that protects us is the same gravity that rips comets apart, devours moons, and crushes hydrogen into liquid metal. The thing that keeps us alive is also the most violent thing in our neighborhood. So the next time you look up and see that bright, steady point of light, remember what you are really looking at. Not a planet, not a protector, a barely contained catastrophe.